There we go. Okay, cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live Coding with rabbitwerks JavaScript. My name is Sean, and we got an awesome new condenser mic now, so I'm super stoked on that. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning into the stream. We're gonna be picking up where we left off last week. Just a little bit of an aside. I was made a mistake on the back end last week, and well, not really a mistake, but I wasn't sure where the JSON Web Token verify code was, but I forgot that it was in our IsLoggedIn middleware, so that's where that is. We were already done with it, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So, what we're going to focus on tonight is, well, we're going to just clean up our code a little bit, and then we're going to focus on deployment to Netlify for the front end. We're going to focus on deployment for the back end using Now.SH, and then Happy New Year's, Dan Morris. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You as well. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. So, in addition to actually deploying our app, we're gonna have to switch over our backend or our database as well, because we'll be using instance of Mongo Atlas, which is a hosted version of MongoDB or whatever. So we use the free tier on that, and we'll go from there. So let's get started here. Cool. So we got our project. There's a number of things that I got to do. Obviously, we need to push code to our repos. There's a couple of errors that it's yelling at us about, like this, which we can just ignore. Fix. We're not actually using this component anymore. The home component is not being used anymore, so we can just actually delete that whole thing. Okay, next one, let's see. We have our issue in router. There's missing a comma there. I think that's the only thing that was an issue on that. Oh, console log. Comment that out. Like that. Alright, cool. Let's see where are we at now. Views. Why is that red, but none of the files are red? I don't understand. Oh, jeez. This seems to be an issue with the line endings. Let's see here. Go. It's still yelling at us. Doesn't want that there. Needs a semicolon here. Alright, where are we at now? I really gotta fix my ESLint on this new computer. It's just not working at all. A ton of trailing space stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Whatever. So, point being is that the code works. Let's spin it up just to make sure. What's up, Joshua? How you doing, man? Did you have a good holiday and New Year's? It's been a while. I wasn't able to stream last week just because of the whole hustle and bustle of, you know, the holidays and stuff like that. So, anyways, good to see you in the chat again, obviously, like usual. We're just we're working on deployment at this point, so let's see. CD client, okay, we'll do npm run serve, spin it up. I just want to make sure that there's no major issues crashing our code before we push it to GitHub. And what we'll actually do is we'll create a couple of new branches in our Git repositories for both the front and the back end, and they'll be like our dev, like our dev branches. So that will be the branch that gets deployed when we're pushing or when we merge to that. We're going to be deploying the dev branch. I don't know if I can make that sound any more complicated than possible, but okay, let's see. Control plus, bring it up. Like everything's working all right. Welcome. Gotta actually get rid of that. That should not be there. Root screen shader needs to get turned off. Uh-oh. Okay. Bring up the code on the back thingamabob there. The welcome thing needs to go. Okay, so let's go back to this navbar. Is logged in. Logged out and then logged in. Add username component. Where's the welcome coming from? All of my code is like yelling at me right now because of the stupid ESLint configuration. And when I go to try and change it as a default to LF, it's just like, nope, we're actually not going to save the settings, even though you've saved them in the settings JSON. Okay, so it's right here. So we need to have the IsLoggedIn prop sent into this component as well, so that way we can conditionally display this, because we don't want it to say welcome if nobody's logged in. We only want that to display. Yeah, that's a good point. Might be wiser to name it the deploy branch most associate dev with upcoming versions not deployed. Well, I figured it was gonna be like the deployment or the dev deployment version, so we have like a live testing one or whatever. It wouldn't be like the actual production deployment, so to speak. But yeah, either way. I just know that in the Coding Garden community app, didn't we use dev for the deployment branch for the dev servers and stuff? So I was kind of thinking along the same lines as that. Okay, let's go back into the navbar main. We need to. This is really irritating. ESLint. Here we go. Rules. Alright, no trailing spaces. 0. I think we can do a 0 there. Okay, I think that fixed it. Yeah, I think that took it away for now. Oh, nope. Let's see. Package. Do I have to set it as false? Instead of 0. What is that yelling at me for? Trailing comma. False. Oh man, so frustrating. Okay. Well, trailing. Oh, I think it's spaces actually. I think that's what the issue is. No trailing spaces. Yeah. Okay. False. Not very good at ESLint configuration if you haven't been able to tell. I don't really do it all that much, so. Cool. I think that'll work. Yeah, cause okay, so that fixed that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's close out some of this stuff. Too many tabs open. Not enough screen space. I guess I got plenty of screen space, but when I have to jack the font up to 1000%, then I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so I'm gonna close everything out. We'll go back into the navbar main, and inside the brand, we're gonna pass in this IsLoggedIn computer property as a prop. So IsLoggedIn is going to be equal to IsLoggedIn. Cool. Now, if we go on the brand, we should be able to have access to that. So we'll add it into the props. Is logged. So if my microphone, if I'm like over here or anything like that, and it's hard to hear, or if I'm back further, then let me know, because I don't want to. Kind of new to the whole condenser mic thing, and I can need to make adjustments to properly do it. But if I ever get too quiet, or if I'm too far away or anything like that, please feel free to let me know in the chat. Alright, cool. So IsLoggedIn is we're going to have a type, and it's going to be a boolean, just like that, and it will be required is true. Of course. Cool. So now we can add a conditional to this. We can just say the if is going to be equal to IsLoggedIn. So if this boolean evaluates to true, then Vue will conditionally display this paragraph tag. If not, it won't render it at all. So if we go back into our application now on the front end, we should be able to see that take effect. And you can see that it is in fact gone. So if we go ahead and log in here, I believe it's just rabbit ASD123. Oh, our back end isn't running, so it's not going to work. Try and spin that up really quick so it works. Here we go. Double terminal it. CD server. NPM, NPR. National Public Radio, NPM run dev. This is what we have the script set up for this. Alright, cool. Backend is now running. Let's go to the website again and give ourselves a refresh. And we'll try and log in again. Cool. So you see how it displays there? No. Welcome, Sean. We're getting the information from our user information. We have dashboard, and we have a logout button, and then it clears the cookies and all that. So everything's good to go. We have everything working. So let's push these branches to their respective branches, and then we'll merge that into like a deployment branch or whatever, because we're not just going to push this. We want this to be its own branch, what we're at now, kind of how we've been following our branch structure and whatnot. And then we'll push or merge to a separate, like a development branch or whatever for actual deployment. And that will only be pushed to when we have a feature that's ready to go out, kind of thing. So let's go ahead and do that now. We can open up a new terminal. CD client, we'll do I'm gonna create a new branch, so let's see, I'm gonna scoot this over slightly, just like that. Git branch checkout, and it will be called FSAFS-06 -C-06 to indicate that it's the client. the 6th branch that we have come out with, and we'll call it navbar user info, because that's mainly what we worked on in this branch so far. So, oh, I gotta put it in quotes, I think. Get branch. Oh wait, get checkout dash B. I'm sorry, checkout dash B. Cool. My bad. Okay, so we'll push it to get add all. This is everything in our client. Git commit dash m update navbar with user data and conditional rendering. There we go. Cool. Oh, we got rid of the home.view because we're not using that at all. We were just redirecting to the login page whenever we access the root thing. So, okay. So next, we're going to push it. So git push, or no? Let's see. Wait. Do we add? We committed it. Now we need to get push dash u origin FSAFS 6. Push that. Should be good to go. Cool. Let's open up a new terminal for our backend, and we can go same thing. Well, not same thing. Same idea. CD into the server. We can actually just work on this, I believe, because we haven't done too much in the way of this other than a couple of just updates on our to-dos. So we'll just use the same branch for the sake of simplicity at the moment. We'll just git add everything, git commit dash m update holy crap, not all that noise. Sending object finished to-dos. Okay. And we'll push that to GitHub, if I can spell right. I'm trying to type too fast. Dash U origin CFS dash S dash 06. Push that through there. Okay, so now what we can do is we will make our dev branches. So we're gonna use dev, and then we'll have like what Joshua and I were talking about in the chat just a second ago. We'll use dev for our like development deployments branches, and then if we do have to push, say you do have to push this to a production branch or whatever at some point, then you would have that as your essentially your master branch. Honestly, is what your production branch should be. But we're just going to work on a development branch for right now, and we'll push those to Netlify now. So let's get that finished. So we'll have git checkout dash B dev. Oh, we already have that. Okay, so I go to git checkout dev. Okay, so it's a lot different than where we were at before, obviously. So what we'll do is we'll run git merge, and we'll merge FSC or FSAFS dash C dash 06, the navbar user info branch, because that's our most up-to-date branch. Okay, cool. Everything is correct on